folks, welcome to Legacy IAS Academy. In this video, we will be discussing a current affair topic presented to you by faculty Sushma KP. So what is the topic that we will be discussing today? It is about Karur Stampede and so many death incidents due to stampede in India. As of now, we are discussing this topic is because of an incident that took place in Karur district of Tamil Nadu, where recently an actor turned politician, Vijay, who has started and is the president of TVK party, Tamilaga Vettrik Kadagam, wherein he had gone to talk at a rally. In this, what happened? A person, apparently there is this tree behind and a person was trying to climb on top of that and accidentally fell. This falling of one person on the other person created a chain reaction of mass panic and stampede, which as of now the death toll has risen to 41. Understanding? So this is the issue at hand. We will be discussing and dissecting this stampedes in detail with regard to India. Now, if you are someone who likes to know about local news, national news, geopolitical news, international news, then subscribe to Legacy IAS Academy channel. We provide deep insights into these topics. Now coming back to the topic. Now the actor turned politician's Vijay's rally had triggered such a deadly crowd. That is, when we tell deadly crowd, as in a large amount of crowd came in. Understanding, see, in our country there are a particular set of things that brings in a lot of crowd. Okay, one such thing is your politics, your movie stars with respect to your entertainment, celebrations, matches, religious gatherings. Understanding? And now when you say stampedes, stampedes are not new in India. It has been occurring, especially in the past year. We have did so many videos on the stampede itself, as heartbreaking as it is. Stampede as in, see, as the name states, you are put in a mass gathering and because of one panic or let's say a mass panic, people try to rush towards a particular place on which they end up toppling on themselves, stamping on themselves, people falling on top of people and then losing their lives. Now in the Karur incident, as a person was people were trying to climb on tree, they fell and this created a panic, mass panic. This kept on spreading and it, because of delay in the rescue, in order to immediately arrest the situation, was delayed. This worsened the casualties. Okay, and also one of the things that they have pointed out is the planning was not enough for such amount of large crowd that gathered. So when there is coupling of star power and politics, the amplification of this was even more higher. In general, now let's leave your Karur incident aside. Let's take stampede as a whole. Let's say, why does stampede happening? First and foremost, overcrowding. Usually where does overcrowding happens? Temples, Kumbh Melas, rallies, stadiums, recently the Chinnaswamy stadium incident. And also another reason is because of your poor planning. And one more thing is, there is always associated rumors behind it. Now recently Chinnaswamy stadium incident, what happened was there were lot of rumors that there are free passes given, which was later denied. And also the chief minister had also held that police had failed to take action on as to how much people were gathered outside the Chinnaswamy stadium. Understanding? And there are a lot of triggers with respect to falling objects or fire or collapse of a structure in either of these events, coupled with delayed response in order to provide first line of response. This acts even more. Now if I say this is Karur incident is not just one incident, there are a lot of incidents. Let's take one thing, is your Bengaluru IPL parade. In June 2025. It almost, because of the crowd mismanagement, ate up 12 plus lives. Next, if you see with respect to New Delhi railway station, 2025, where 18 deaths were reported. Now when you see why, one of the reason is because the head load on one of the passengers fell, resulting in people falling on top of people and toppling and eventually leading to a stampede. Next, if you see, in Goa ka Shri Laira Devi temple stampede. Then is again your Kumbh Sangam. In January 2025. 30 deaths. Again why? Inadequate crowd control. So this much of lives have been lost because of one or the other reasons, but in the eventual, if you see, it is all again to deal with your crowd management. Your NCRB data has held that in just from your past 2 decades, or let's say with respect to the number of deaths happening due to stampede, has been 3074, where in the past 30 years more than 4000 deaths have occurred due to stampedes. Okay, this data is not something that we should ignore or take it lightly, because as and when in this year alone, how many stampedes had we had to speak on and how many lives had to be lost. And again if same thing keeps happening, then don't you think that it is high time to take action? So why India is more prone to these stampedes? It is the scale of gatherings, the large number. The Kumbh Mela, for example, attracts millions of people, religious, cultural, political mobilizations, and also in these kind of places, usually people disregard the social rules as a form of societal norms. And this coupled with your lack of coordination, drills, and your crowd psychology. You see, according to your Anna Seben, the crowd dynamics largely works, or your crowd will more of specifically rely on non-verbal cues rather than, to be very specific, the crowds, whenever it's in a gathering, they will tend to realize something is wrong until very later. Not in the initial stages. That is why we tell they rely on non-verbal cues, shift in the emotions, panics, understanding, and especially in a tightly packed crowds, this tend to aggravate the scenarios. So it is not just the death because of trampling, but also compressive asphyxia. That is, rib cage is crushed and breathing becomes very difficult. Now, before we go on to as to what are the other ways this stampede causes so much of lives to be lost, we have a small announcement from Legacy IAS Academy. If you're someone who wants to kickstart your UPSC civil service journey, then this is the right spot for you, as Legacy IAS Academy offers its courses in UPSC with a batch size of strictly 40 members per limit. We also offer one-on-one mentorship, easy access to educators, daily means answer writing challenge, prelims mock test series, interview mock test panel. We also conduct our sessions in both online as well as offline mode. For those of you who are working professionals or students, we also conduct our classes in weekend batches. For more information, contact the number given below or check out Legacy IAS Academy website. Now coming back, if you see with regarding to stampedes, India is not the only place where it happens. It's happened abroad also. For example, your South Korea Halloween festival of 2022 had a deadly crush. Your Germany's Love Parade of 2010 also led to a mass crush. One of the difference between these places and India is these are singled out as one-off abroad. That is, if this event happens, it's not more likely to happen again. But whereas in India, it is happening in a very constant manner. Repeatedly, it is happening. So what are the reasons? If you see, first is lack of disaster preparedness for crowds. Second thing is you have to bring in a proper coordination between your health officials, police, local administration, and also there is no one single national standard operating procedure for crowd management. And also another issue is your infrastructural bottlenecks, that is with respect to the roads, sometimes the infrastructure falling off, right? So coupled with this, it traffics, all this aid the situations. So what can be done? Pre-plan the event, estimate how much crowd will be coming, have clear route maps, show entry and exit points for the people, and also large utilization of technology will make lives easier as to your drones, CCTV, AI based crowd density, run these on simulator modes, understanding, and also you train the police and volunteers for this in advance. Alongside that, you will create a lot of public awareness against, you will discourage climbing of structures, poles, trees, pushing and spreading of these false rumors, and also bring in strict accountability for the organizers of the event, and also bring in a more of dedicated crowd management. So in total, Karur should not be just seen as an isolated tragedy, but also we need to know that with the course or the history of just 2025 alone, we need scientific crowd management, we need legal accountability, we need behavioral change, we need to bring as much as action possible so as to not allow these stampedes to be a repeated incidents and not lose so many lives of people, children. This is a very heartening scenario. Okay, with this we have come to the end of the content. If you like our content, subscribe to our channel, hit the like button, share it along with your friends. Thank you.